Hey, what is going on, Poké fans? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. Today's video will be looking at another deck from old school era. It's a deck from the World Championship. Igor Costa played it 7-8 years ago, 2011, 2012. Standard format, Hard Gold, Soul Silver, up to Dark Explorers. It is a Darkrai, Terrakion, and Mewtwo EX. Really powerful deck. Smeargle with a portrait will allow you to look at your opponent's hand, choose a support card and use it as the effect of this attack. Then there's a Darkrai with a Dark Cloak for the free treat. As long as each of your Pokemon has any darkness energy attached to, they can retreat for free. Nice Pure for 90-30. We all know how strong that was, especially with resistance -20 on the Mewtwo. There was also a Dark Claw, a Eviolite for damage reduction, and then there was also a Terrakion with Retaliate. Additionally, Shamans with the Celebration Winds, and of course Mewtwo EX with the X-Ball, and even Psy-Trial was potentially available in this deck with Prism Energy. Additionally, what this deck also plays, it plays 4 copies of Dark Patch for energy acceleration of the Darkrai, it plays Dual Ball and 2 Ultra Balls for the Pokemon Surge, 4 copies of Junk Arm, 2 plus powers for extra damage, 3 copies of Pokemon Catcher, 2 random receivers, 2 super scoop ups, 2 copies of Switch, 3 copies of Eviolite, and then 3 double colorless, 2 prism energies, 7 darkness, and 2 fighting energies. Speak about supporter cards, 2 Ents, 3 Junipers, and 4 Professor Oak's New Theory. Back then that was such a powerful deck, really strong. Then later, unfortunately, more other cards came up like Keldeo and Blastoise from that Boundaries Cross. Later we also got Virizion from Plasma Blast, and also powerful Kling and Cobalion EX. Later also for, let's say, 1 year, maybe even more, Plasma Blast. It was Plasma Blast, if I'm not wrong. Both Virizion and Genesect EX. They actually ruled the format back then. Unstoppable Force. Also, Thunderous Deoxycurem. That was also strong, but that was after the rotation, you know. But today we will use this video and this deck in this video. Unfortunately, I can only play in the Legacy, so I might just face even stronger decks than this one, but we shall actually see how good it was back then. So stay tuned for the video, make sure to hit a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you already didn't, and see you in the game. Alright, so finally back with more old school decks, pretty much. Old school, speaking about TCGO. But the truth is, this deck is almost 8 years old, so yeah. Starting with the Smeargle. Portrait is the way to go, but you can't use supporter card at your turn 1 with the new rules, which is pretty bad. Now it's also bad for my opponent. Looks like you don't have nothing. What I'm gonna do here, I will just Ultra Ball, and I'm gonna grab myself a Darkrai with a Dark Patch play, and it might also be for that energy attachment and Professor Oak's New Theory. Additionally, there's Terrakion and a Mewtwo, which means that this Absol A of Disaster, really good card. Portrait for Juniper, we can do that. I can maybe even dunk him on the turn 1. Very close for that. If there was only an energy card, it would be a knockout. Maybe I can still knock him out. Let's see. If I can flip heads on the coin flip, I can put Smeargle. I can promote Darkrai. I already played energy, so I'm gonna go with a switch, which means that I can use another portrait. And this Is there anything else technically that can be used? Well, I guess I don't need anything else. Let's just go with another Professor Juniper for 7. This is really broken. Well, there's the energy card. There's the Ultra Ball. But unfortunately for me, there is no switch in my hand. If there was a switch, I could still use just the Ultra Ball and try to dig a little bit more with another portrait. But for now, that is pretty much it. I could also use a Shaman, put it on the bench, move energy to the active Smeargle so I can have retreat. But then I wouldn't be able to use another copy of my Smeargle. So that's pretty much it for the turn 1. I used 2 Junipers and 1 Professor Oak's New Theory, which is a lot. And there's the Absol with the Mind Jack. Mind Jack. Alright, Super Scoop Up number 2. We have Catcher, so it might be a knockout, or maybe not. Alright, let's see. Heads on the coin flip. Time to promote a Darkrai in the front. I will definitely try to discard as much cards as I can. For now, I'm not going to use any of those cards, just trying to find another catcher and luckily flip heads on the coin flip. So I can take the knockout against Absol and apply a little bit more of pressure maybe to that Zuru on the bench. There we go. So that was quick knockout against my opponent. And I was rewarded with 1 additional Darkness Energy. So there's a Darklow. And Professor Zoak's New Theory as well. So Absol is a very good card. As long as Absol is your active Pokemon, whenever your opponent puts a basic Pokemon on bench, you can put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So really, really good starter. Really good card actually for that legacy play. Ooh, actually that's pretty much it. Alright. Let's try then to use another N. With N I know that I help my opponent a little bit. But I'm definitely trying to get another catcher for double knockout if it's possible. And unfortunately not gonna happen, but still I can take double knockout, which is a good thing. And weighing down to 3 prize cards, there's another Smeargle and a Dual Ball. Alright, so another Zorua promoted in the active spot. That Zorua can easily be knocked out. There is a Weavile with Claw Snag. Once during a turn, when you play Weavile from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may look at your opponent's hand, choose a card, and discard it. So he decided to discard Smeargle. Choose one of your opponent's Pokemon. This attack does 30 damage to that Pokemon. This attack damage isn't affected by weakness, resistance, Pokepower, Pokebodies, or any other effect of that Pokemon. So there's the Darkrai and Juniper for 7. I'm not sure if he plays, there's a Darklow as well, and another Sneasel, and this is a Brutal Bash Zoroark. That was also such a strong card back then. Alright, so speaking about strong card back then, let's see if we can find another Pokemon catcher heads here. Let's see. Nope, it is a Tails. Alright, so let me just see what else I can find here. Another Darkness Energy. I'm good to go with the Night Spear and 3 damage for the Zoroark. So Zoroark can be knocked out by the Night Spear, and there is another Shaman. So I have right now 2 Shamans available in my hand. So this looks like to be a quick game. So Brawl Bash does 20 damage times the number of Darkness Pokemon you haven't played. Dark Rush does 20 damage times the number of damage counters on this Pokemon. So Brawl Bash also very good. Was that another Weavile? It was, I guess. So he decided to throw one of my double colors energies. There's the Super Road. Alright, and Professor Oak's New Theory. And another Absol with the Mind Jack. And a Devolution Spray So right now Burl Bash can go for 60 because of the Eviolite, nothing too strong. And there is another energy card for me, and all I really need to do is just Night Spear one more time, and I will just try to apply a little bit more of pressure to that Sneasel, even knowing that Sneasel probably will be evolved into Weavile. There is a catcher, so that catcher probably will be knocked out from my hand, and then I won't be able to use it. Yeah, 3 junk arms. Well, maybe still technically I can find 1 junk arm. We shall see. There is a dark patch. Sneasel will have a retreat. Good thing is that Darkrai can hit for 90 only in this case. It hits for 90 plus 20, so it's 110 in total. But luckily I have my Eviolite, so it will be reduced for 20, so I will still have like 10 HP left. And look at this. So right now my opponent basically controls my hand. So he played N, puts me down to 1. There's a Tool Scraper, so this is going to be a knockout. And basically, with that being said, he can take the knockout against Darkrai, plus he can apply a little bit more of pressure onto my Darkrai as well. Alright. Technically, I need fighting energy, and I don't have fighting energy. If I have fighting energy, I would win the game. So I'm just gonna go in the front with the Smeargle, and I will take the risk. And the top deck was a Dark Patch. Alright, before we do anything here, I'm just gonna do something like this. Then I will use Dark Patch and Portrait. So will there be a Colress or Skyla? Skyla, I don't have Energy Switch, neither Energy Surge, so Colress seems to be a way to go. Alright, so we have Fighting Energy, and well played to my opponent. He almost got me there, but I managed to retaliate somehow with my Terrakion for 180 and for the last prize card in the game. So overall, really good deck from my opponent side of the field, no doubt about it. But that's the GG, and we're going on to the game number 2. Alright, so we are continuing with the deck from 2011-2012 era. So this is the deck that actually was played on the World Championship Series by Igor Costa. And today I will just try to play a game with it, bring some memories, and show you how actually good it was back then. Alright, so the only thing that I can attach is energy right now. I can use catcher technically, but I have to flip a coin. I'm playing versus Cobalion that can discard a special energy attached to defending Pokemon. Cobalion was very good back then, no doubt about it. Is this a blend energy? It is. So reduce edge for 30 and 30 more from the Verbink. Luckily I managed to wake up, so that's at least something. We're gonna go with 1 Eviolite play. Let me see what I can find with a random receiver first. Juniper. Alright, is it worth to play Juniper? Not quite sure, but one thing is for sure, I will just use for now Oak's New Theory, and I'm good to go with, yeah, I'm good to go just with the knockout. X-Ball for now is just more than enough. I'm taking three counters back just because of the Verbink City Gym, so I'm very close to being knocked out. This is the Reshiram, alright. And a Colress for 3, ooh, really bad. Alright, so hopefully my opponent can find much better hand than this one. At this moment he definitely stuck with just Cobalion in the front, but with the Cobalion in a very good position. He can technically just swing, and Verbink and Poison between turns will finish my Mewtwo anyways, so that's not looking good. But anyways, also Steel Bullet can go for 100. And that actually, that damage is not affected by weakness resistance or any other effect of the attacks. What I'm gonna do here right now, I will use one of my Ultra Ball for... Actually, yeah, I can definitely use Ultra Ball. We have Dark Patch here, so Darkrai definitely needs to get some power up. And let's go with Professor Oak's new theory. Alright, not bad. Not bad, so I'm just ready to hit with X-Ball for 100. I'm taking 3 from the poison, which doesn't matter too much. I really want to power up my Darkrai so I can knock the Cobalion out technically next turn. So there is a Float Stone, and we might actually see just retreat to Reshiram for that Outrage damage absorption. That wouldn't be bad at all. If I'm my opponent, I would maybe consider doing that. I wish I actually used that Ultra Ball for those 2 Darkness Energy cards. I'm not quite sure why I didn't do that. Okay, so all he really needs to do is just to pass a turn. If I was my opponent, I would probably consider just retreating to Reshiram. What I need to be scary about here is definitely that weakness on my Darkrai, no question about it. Energy attachment, and I'm good to go with a portrait. Ooh, Professor Johnny Purr. Alright. That portrait was very expensive. I can Dark Patch, but I'm basically short for like... I will try to Super Scoop up. Yep, we can do that. Alright. Going all in with another portrait, knowing that my opponent have Jaipur, well, I guess I'm gonna do that. I'm losing the switch. And I didn't find what I was looking for, unfortunately. I basically didn't find what I was looking for, but I can probably use N. Yeah, no Dark Patch, no switch, so not gonna happen, at least not for this turn. What about Catcher? Nope, not at all. Alright, so that's it for now. Well, I guess I waste a lot of resources to DCEs. That's a very important resource, as well as that fighting energy as well. Yeah, we're probably going to see Hammerhead 30 to my Darkrai with 2 energy cards. Yeah, definitely Steel Bullet can then hit for 100 in Verbank City. Yeah, that's going to be tough. That's going to be definitely tough. I also used 2 catchers so far, but I flipped 2 tails. Back then, you didn't need to flip a heads and a coin flip. That was a huge difference. And there's even a Garbodor with a Garbotoxin in play, so I can't even use my portrait anymore. But my opponent only have 1 card in his hand, so that's actually something that I actually like in this case. But still, let's go with Professor Oak's new theory. I'm hoping to find a switch. Alright. Yeah, I didn't find switch. Just 2 copies of Dark Patch. Well, guess I'm gonna use both of them. Let's see, Dual Ball. What else we can find in deck? Shaman is option as well. Well, one thing is for sure, I'm gonna be knocked out, so I really need to see what else I have. I have still 3 Junk Harm, Super Scoop Up, Double Course Energy, Prism Energy, and a Fighting Energy. That's pretty much all that I have. Oh, actually I can use Portrait because it's a Pokepower. Ooh, that stings. He only has Metal Energy in his hand, and he definitely relies on the top deck. At least I managed to see what he has in his hand, but I can't know right now what he top decks. So there's another Hammerhead. He decided not to attach energy. That's interesting. Darkrai take only 10 damage. Yeah, let's move the Darkrai in the active position. Mewtwo should go down to the bench. No DCE, but there is another Dark patch. I can take the knockout if I get lucky here. So I will definitely try to do that. Energy can be attached to Terrakion, for example. And then I will just Night Spear and force some pressure on the Landers on the bench. So I'm moving down to basically 3 prize cards. There's another Darkness Energy and a Mewtwo. So one thing is for sure, once my opponent managed to knock my Darkrai, I can surprise him with the Shaman. And Mewtwo can just step in the game and take huge knockout. So Garbler can only block abilities, but not also Poke powers. So, for example, Darkrai ability will be shut down. Hypnotoxic Laser. Luckily, he flipped tails on the coin flip. But that doesn't mean that he might not be able to find another one, or maybe a Junk Arm to recycle it for another one. And I also see a Max Potion here, so this might also be a problem. Unfortunately, I don't have free retreat as long as there is a Garbler in play. So I won't be able even to scrap the Flowstone from it. So until the end of the game, I won't be able to use my Dark Cloak for free retreat. If I want to retreat, I need to pay 2 energies, which definitely makes no sense. 40-30. Alright, and 30 more from the poison. Alright, that's a lot of damage. We have Junk Harm available, which means that we can potentially use a Pokemon Catcher. But for now, I think even Switch can be used. Well, I can go for 1 Switch. So that makes a lot of sense. I'm not going to risk with the Super Scoop up for now. I'm just going to use a Switch. And a Night Spear for 90-30. I'm not going to even attach that energy. I will try to apply pressure on that Garbodor. Maybe I can win just by knocking both of those Pokemons out next turn. So one thing is for sure, that Landers might be knocked out, but there's a Junk Harm, so it might be for Max Potion. And it is. It is. I was very afraid about that Max Potion play. But at least I can knock the Garbodor out. Potentially, let's say that. Hypnotoxic Laser. Alright, so he actually used right now plenty of resources. 2 Junk Harms. He just needs to flip tails on the coin flip. Well, at least there's a Juniper. Another Juniper for 7, so luckily for my opponent, he have another Professor Juniper. We are both equaled by the prize card, so it's a very close game. My opponent is in the slight advantage because of the weakness. Oof, that's a brilliant top deck. Let's be honest, really it is. Oof. All right. What's the best thing that I can actually do here? I will try to flip a heads on the coin flip with the Super Scoop up. I will definitely try to do that. Oh, that was a very expensive play. At least I can end him down to 2+ powers. Oh my goodness. That is not looking good. That is actually not looking good. I shouldn't even play that end right now. I can retreat, but if I do that, I'm knocked out anyways. If I hit for 90, then I can hit another 90, and he might be able to knock my Darkrai on the bench, which I really don't want to see. But if I hit for 90, he will just... It's pretty much the same, so let's just go with the Night Spear for now, and I will just apply a little bit more of pressure to that Garbodor on the bench, keeping the plus powers in my hand. The bad thing is that Burbank City will just knock me out. It will finish the job here, but if I can find Catcher, Ooh, there's the Mewtwo. Alright. So I can technically knock him out back with the Terrakion. There's Escape Rope. So he's hitting me for like 60, minus 20, that's 40, but with the Verbing Strategy and Hypnotoxic Laser, he can actually knock me out. I guess I need to promote Smeargle in the active. So without Verbing, he won't be able to knock the Smeargle out, which is a good thing. Technically, Hypnotoxic Laser can do the job. But without that, he can just hit for 60. And there's the Hypnotoxic, so yeah, I'm gonna lose my Smeargle. But that doesn't matter too much, because... Oh, actually, he's sniping me on the bench, and he is winning the game. Oh. I didn't see that. Actually, I didn't see that. I was just looking for something else. The correct play would be just to promote the Terrakion in the front, but still, I wouldn't be able to retreat him anyways, so it would be GG anyways. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, unfortunately, GG.